Hello friends, welcome to the new video. In this video we are going to do question number 3 of exercise 14.2. In the previous videos we have solved the previous questions. So let's start with the first question. If you have not seen the previous videos, you can go to them by clicking in the links provided in the description box of this video. Okay. So first question, ax square plus bx. So this type of questions we have solved in the first video. So let's continue. You will be able to understand this question, no problem. Okay. So what we can do, there are only two terms. So ax square I can write as a into x plus b into x for bx. So what is it that I can take common from the all, that is all both the terms? So I can take x common, right? So if I take x common, then what will remain in the first bracket for the first term? It will be ax, then it will be a positive sign, and then only b will remain in the second bracket. So this is the final answer, friends, for the first question. See, it was very easy. So let's solve the second one. It is also a similar question. 7p square plus 21q square. Now variable cannot be taken common because in the first term it is only p and in the second it is only q. Although there are squares, but variables are different. But number can be taken common. 7p square and 21 can be written as 7 times of 3q square. So in these two terms, what is it that I can take common? I can take 7 common. It is in both the terms. So when I take 7 common, what remains in the bracket is p square plus 3q square. So this is our final answer, friends, for the second question. So now let's move on to solve question number 3. 2x cube plus 2xy square plus 2xz square. So 2x cube, I can take 2 common, it is in all the three places, but with 2 can I take variable also common? X cube can be written as x into x plus 2 into x into y square x, y into y plus 2xz square as z into z. So don't get confused in my 2 and z, okay? So they are little bit confusing, but try to understand. So in the all the three terms, what is it that I can take common? It's 2 is there in all the three terms, so I can take 2 common. Now 1x is there also in all the three terms, so I can take 1x also common. Now there is nothing that I can take common from all the three terms. So what remains in the first term is x into x, that is x square. What remains in the second term is y into y, that is y square. And what remains in the third term is z into z, that is z square. So this is final answer, friends, for this question. So now we move on to question number 4. I hope you are getting the questions very easily, okay? So question number 4 is am square. This type of questions also we have solved in the previous videos, okay? Am square plus bm square plus bn square plus an square. So if you look carefully at the first two terms, you will be able to see that there is something common which we can take, right? We can take m square common. So if we take m square common, what will remain in the bracket? It will be a, then it will be plus, then it will be b. Oh, not the square, okay? By mistake I wrote the square there. Yes, and now for the last two terms, what is it that I can take common? It is n square. Now a common mistake which many students make. What is it? They write only n square. They forget to write this sign of the third term. It is very important. So you have to write plus here. Then what remains inside the bracket is b plus a. As we have seen in the previous video, I had told that these two brackets must be same. If they are same, then consider that your question is correct. So now a plus b is same as b plus a, right? There is no difference. You must be knowing the commutative property. That is, if you add 2 plus 5, it is same as 5 plus 2. That is, a plus b is same as b plus a. This is called as commutative property of addition. So these two brackets are the same. So how do you write the answer then? You write that bracket once, and then what you do? You write the terms which were outside the bracket in the next bracket, in the new bracket. So in the new bracket you write m square plus n square. So this is your final answer, friends. So let's move on to solve the next question. So we move on to question number 5 now. Okay, so early we have moved to question 5 also. Lm plus L plus M plus 1. Again there is problem between L and 1. So try to understand difference between L and 1. Okay. So friends, now very common mistake again which the students make. Okay, look carefully. In the first two terms, what is it that we can take common? L. So students take L common very smartly, and then what they do? They write only M here and they finish the bracket. That's it. This is where the students make mistake. So see, what is the mistake here? Most of the students, most of you must have understood what is the mistake here, but some of you might not have. So what you do is you write this Lm as L into M and this L as 1 into L. What is the coefficient here? 1. It is here also. So when you take L common from both the terms, what remains in the bracket is 1m. Even if you write only 1, it's okay, no problem. Plus here what remains is 1. That 1 is very important. You must write that. Now what to do about the last two terms? We cannot take anything common. M is in the third term only and there is no M in the fourth term. So what you do? You write multiplied by 1 in both the terms. So M can be written as M into 1 and 1 can also be written as 1 into 1. So what you can do now, what can you take common from the last two terms? You can take 1 common. So again the common mistake, I am telling you what are the mistakes that most of the students make. Okay, so try to remember those mistakes and don't do that. Avoid those mistakes. Okay, so when you take 1 common, you have to give the sign of this third term here plus 1, and then what remains in the bracket is M plus 1. So are we getting the same bracket here? Yes, that means our answer is coming correct. So I am going to write this bracket, and in the next bracket what will I write? I will write the terms which were outside the bracket, that is L plus 1. So this is our final answer, friends. Okay, I am sure you must have understood the question very easily. So let's move on to solve the next question. Now we are on to question number 6. This is the most easy question I think of these 9 questions. Okay, y into I plus z plus 9 to y plus z. We are already into the second last step. Only one step is remaining now. So, but many students get confused. They think, yeah, what to do about this question now? How to solve this? But actually, have you observed in the previous question, this was our second last step. I was telling you, if you get the two brackets same, then your answer is right. So here you can see already the two brackets are same. So what you have to do, just write that bracket once and write the terms which are outside in the second bracket. So y plus 9. So see, this is our final answer. This was the question and this is the answer. One step only. Okay. So this type of question comes for 1 mark. Okay, so let's go to solve the next question. Now question number 7, 5y square minus 20y minus 8z, it is z, okay, not 82, and plus 2yz. Okay, so now sometimes what happens, we have to rearrange. Okay, we have to rearrange the terms if we don't get the brackets same. Okay, so let's see what do we have to do here. 5 and 20, what is the greatest number that divides both of them? It is 5. 5 divides both, right? So I will write 5y square as 5 into y. Many students, what mistake they make is they write this as 10 times of 2, and then they take only y common because they don't see anything else common, because they have used the wrong table here. They are using the table of 10 and 2. So that's why we have to use the table of greatest number which divides both of these numbers. Okay, so 5 is that greatest number which divides both 5 and 20. So you have to use the table of 5. So 5 times of 4 is 20, and with it y as it is. Again 8z I will write as 2 times of 4 with z as it is, plus 2 into y into z. So now friends, in the first two terms, what is it that I can take common? It is 5 and y. So when I take 5y common, what remains inside the bracket is y minus 4. Okay. Now what to do of the last two terms? What can I take common here? I can see 2 there in both the terms and z also. So again a common mistake I am telling you, 2z. We are taking 2z common. Again the common mistake, students don't give this sign of the third term, you have to give it. Then what remains in the bracket? Now this is different something. See, it remains 4 plus y. Now there are two problems here. Okay. So first problem is they have different sign. Although the numbers are same, they have different sign. First was y minus 4 and here it is 4 plus y. So they have different signs. So I have told you in the last video that what you do one magic. Whatever sign is there in the first bracket, give that sign in the second bracket. Just do the magic. I had also told you why we are going to do this, because there has to be some logic. No, we are not doing any magic here. I just told you so that it will be easier for you to remember. Okay. So what is actually the logic here? When we take minus common, see we have taken minus 2z common. So whenever we take minus common, we have to change the sign of all the terms in the bracket that many of us may forget. So that's why I told you to remember the simple thing that whatever sign is there in the first bracket, give it in the second bracket, so that sign will be changed automatically. Okay. So what we are doing here, as we have taken minus 2z common, we have taken minus common, so we have to change the sign of both the terms. See this minus 4, it became plus 4 here, and this plus y became minus here. So that's why we changed the sign. But still we are having the same problem. Because in the first bracket it is y minus 4 and in the second bracket it is 4 minus y. They are not same. We know that, right? Because see 2 minus 5 and 5 minus 2 are different. 5 minus 2 is 3, 2 minus 5 is minus 3. They are not same. So what to do now? So for making the brackets same, only thing very important which you have to remember, keep in mind is, what is the first term here? 5y into y minus 4. And if I want to do y minus 4 here also to make the bracket same, only thing I need to do is just change the sign of this term. That's it. This minus 2z will become plus 2z. If it was plus 2z, it will become minus. Just change the sign of that term and then you can just rearrange these terms. 4 minus y will become y minus 4. For doing that, what you did, just change the sign of this minus 2z to plus 2z. Now you have both the brackets same. So write that bracket once and write the other two terms, other two numbers in the second bracket. So this is our final answer. Or what you could have done is, I am going to tell the same question to you by different method. Okay. See, by just looking at the question, you can understand that there is going to be some problem here while solving. How just looking at the question you can see that? See, in the first two terms, first one was smaller and second one was bigger. 5 is smaller than 20. But when we are solving third and fourth term, the third one is bigger and the fourth one is smaller. So what you do, you just change the positions of these two terms first only. So what I am going to do, I am going to write 5y square as 5 into y into y. 5 4s are 20 y. and then I am going to write this as 2 times of y into z. See, I have changed the position of third and fourth term without changing their signs. Okay, I am just changing their positions. So plus 2yz I am writing in the third term, and minus 8z is going in as the fourth. So that, see, now in the first two terms, first one is smaller, second is greater, and in the third and fourth also, third is smaller, fourth is greater. So now what can I take common in the first two terms? 5 and y. So when I take 5y common in the first two terms, what remains in the bracket is y minus 4, correct? Y minus 4. Now, what can I take common in the last two terms? It is 2 in both the terms and z. What is the sign? Plus. So, when I take 2z common, what remains in the bracket is y minus 4. See, it became so easy. No need to do any magic. No need to do anything. Right? So, just use the logic. So, now I am going to write this bracket which is same, which has come same. So, y minus 4 in one bracket, and the terms which were outside I am going to write them in the second bracket. That is 5y plus 2z in the second bracket. So, this is our final answer, friends, for this question. Now, we move on to solve the next one. Now, we have only two questions left. Yes, so the second last, 10ab plus 4a plus 5b plus 2. So, I will start without rearranging. Let's see whether we get the answer or not. Now, 10 and 4. What is the greatest number that divides both? It is only 2. So, I am going to use the formula, not formula, I am going to use the table of 2. So, 2 times of 5 is 10, and into a into b plus 4 will be written as 2 times of 2 and a. Now, see, in the last two terms I cannot take anything common, right? So, in that type of question you have to write multiplied by 1 with both the terms, okay? So, 5b into 1 plus 2 into 1. So, multiply 1 to both the terms. So now, coming to the first two terms, what is it that I can take common? I can take 2 common, okay, alright. And what else? I can take a also common. So when I take 2a common, what is it that remains in the bracket then? Before the plus sign, what remains is 5b, and after the plus sign, what remains is 2. Now, in the last two questions, what is it that I can take common? There was nothing. So, we multiplied both the terms by 1. Now, we are going to take 1 common with what? Sign plus, okay, sign of the third term. What remains then? 5b again and plus 2. So, are we getting the same bracket? Yes, that means our answer is right. So, we are going to write that bracket, and in the second bracket we are going to write the terms which were outside 2a plus 1. So, now we are into the last question. So, let us see how to solve the last question, friends. I hope you are getting all the questions. I am waiting for your comments. Please go to the comment box and send me the comments, okay? I will reply to all of you. Okay, friends. So, it brings us to the last question now. 6xy minus 4y plus 6 minus 9x. Again, just by looking at the question, you will be able to see that there is going to be some problem here, because see, in the first two terms, first one is larger, second is smaller, and in the third and fourth, third is smaller and fourth is larger. So, we will have to rearrange. If we don't, it's okay, no problem. We can solve it like this also, okay? Don't worry. So, I am going to solve it like this only, and then we will see if it makes easier for us if we rearrange in the beginning only, okay? So, I am going to solve it like this only. So, let's factorize 6 and 4. Only 2 I can use the table of 2, right? So 6 I will be writing as 2 times of 3, 4 will be written as 2 times of 2 with y as it is, plus 6 I am writing as 2 times of 3 and 9 as 3 times of 3 with x as it is, okay? So in the first two terms, what is it that I can take common? It is 2 in both the terms and y in both the terms. So I can take 2y common. So what will remain inside the bracket then? It is 3x minus 2. Okay, and in the last two terms now, what is it that is common? Only 3. And what is the sign? Plus. So when I take plus 3 common, what remains inside is 2 minus 3x. So see, again we have the same problem. It was 3x minus 2 in the first bracket and 2 minus 3x in the second bracket. Now if you remember, I have told you how to solve this problem, right? It is 2y into bracket 3x minus 2 in the first term. What you do to also change the places of this 2 minus 3x to 3x minus 2 so that your bracket will be same. What you have to do? Do you remember? Just change the sign of this term. Write this as minus 3 and convert 2 minus 3x to 3x minus 2. Now you have the same two brackets. Write them in the first bracket and write the terms which are outside in the second bracket, that is 2y minus 3. So see, you can solve it with this method also. It's very easy. But if you in the beginning only, you can use that logic. We have to see in the first term, the first one is larger, second one is smaller, and between third and fourth, third is smaller and fourth is larger. If you have understood this logic, then what you can do, just rearrange the terms. Okay, so I am going to rearrange the third and fourth term. So 6xy minus 4y as it is, I am not changing the sign. Okay, minus 9x plus 6, I have just changed the third and fourth term, interchange their places. Now we are going to solve the same way. 2 into 3 into x into y for the first term, 2 2s are 4 for the second, 9x will be written as 3 3s are 9 with x, and 6 will be written as 3 times of 2. So what can I take common in the first two terms now? What do you think? It's 2 in both the terms and y also. So when I take 2y common, what will remain inside will be 3x, then minus 2. And what will happen in the third and fourth term? What is common? It's 3 only. And what is the sign? Minus. Now what remains in the bracket? Again 3x plus 2. But I have told you one thing. Whatever sign is there in the first term, just do the magic and change the sign here. Just change this sign. As it was minus in the first bracket, just give the minus here. And I have told you also the reason. Because when we are taking minus 3 common here, we have to change the sign of all the terms in the bracket. But we forget that. So I have told you a simple funda to remember. Whatever sign is there in the first bracket, just give it in the second bracket. Okay? Do the magic. Yes, and that brings us to the last step. So in the first bracket, write the same bracket, whatever the same bracket it was, 3x minus 2, and in the second bracket, write the terms which were outside the bracket. So that brings us to the end of question 3 of exercise 14.2, friends. I hope you have understood the questions. If you like the video, please share with your friends, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon, because when you press the bell icon, you will be notified when I publish my new video, and I am publishing the videos very frequently. Okay, so see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.